the cloud, but there's an edge device that's hooking up to the hardware at the end. And that's really what our edge computers do. They add the ability to collect data, aggregate data, even provide some smarts and control at the edge. And so that's what our product is doing here. The other thing that's a little bit unique about this product is it leverages Ubuntu Core. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, but Ubuntu, canonical, Ubuntu is a common Linux that's used across the globe by many, many companies. They've created a version of Ubuntu called Ubuntu Core. That product is a lot more secure. It uses, it's containerized, so your applications sit in what they call a snap. So it provides a whole host of layers of security in terms of being able to update the operating system automatically, as well as providing tools to allow you to update your application and really keep the different pieces of your application separate so it doesn't create corruption. And they've added a couple more security features, which I'm not going to talk about today. So just giving you guys just a quick overview. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on speed and feed, but just to give you just a kind of a quick view of the UNO 420, which is what, like I said, the KMC commander is using. Very similar to the Dell one, if you are familiar with that box. It's got a couple Ethernet ports. One of the Ethernet ports is PoE. If you're familiar with PoE, power over Ethernet, that allows you to power the box through Ethernet, powered Ethernet, which is nice because from an install standpoint, it's very expensive to drop power anywhere. But if you can do that through a Cat5, Cat6 cable, not so much, right? So we're starting to add that feature more and more in our edge devices. It's something that we're getting asked for even on the display side, so that you'll start seeing that more and more from us. This has a couple different communication ports, RS-232, 445, 422 configurable, as well as a third port that's 485 only. It's got wireless, USB, HDMI. It's one of the difference between the Dell. This actually has an HDMI port, which allows you to actually do debug. Most of these are, yeah, I know. Who's the guy with the red beard? Tom? Bob? John? Mike? Pete, yeah, Pete, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's who you saying. He's like, oh, I love the fact that you guys put an HDMI port on there. Yeah, and it's just, even products that are meant to be be connected to a display, when you're servicing them, when you're configuring them, it's just really nice to not have to remote in to get access to that. So this is a fairly simple device, but it's very self-contained. It's got a lot of different mounting options. It can be DIN rail mounts. It's got the flanges for standard mount. And it also has digital I/O that can be used for adding a little bit of logic internally to the product. So, any questions about that? No, it's pretty straightforward. So, wanted to also give you a glimpse into kind of what's coming. So this is what Brad had indicated before. So there's another product that we're coming out with, and this product exists already today in the same Intel processor that's in this. So this is the form factor. So you can see this is two pieces. There's a expansion stack. So the big difference is it's using latest and greatest Intel technology. So the actual performance will be about 10x from what this is. So, kind of same system on module type product, but 10 times the processing power. More memory capability, more storage capability. But the other nice thing about this package is, like I said, it's got this modular. So you need more USBs, you need more Ethernets, you need more whatever. We have 30 plus different modules that can kind of plug and play, with this packaging. And if you just need cellular or wireless, just that top section applies. So it becomes a very, very small, powerful computer. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the last parts. I just want to show you just kind of a couple other products. Our products really scale across a massive. We do everything from low-end ARM to the latest and greatest dual Xeon servers. This is a small form factor. I didn't bring this, but it's at our table. This is the latest and greatest Core i family from Intel. It's called Tiger Lake UP3. So it's low power, but it's crazy performance, 64 gig of memory. It actually supports this. Intel's upped their game in Ethernet, so the connectivity is 2.5 gig. So you have you have 1 gig, 10 gig. Now there's 2.5 gig. That's native to this chipset. So as you see, kind of bandwidth products, there's just so much video going on that this now you're getting basically more bandwidth in your Ethernet for free. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Oh, the other
graphics down.
Yeah, this is graphics down. The other thing this has too that's kind of unique that you're starting to see more is a PCI Express 4-lane. So you're actually able to put accelerators in here. So you're getting extremely powerful AI type computers that can sit right at the edge of your network. So that's an area that we're doing a lot. We're doing a lot with NVIDIA as well. They have a platform called Jetson. So this idea of really doing a lot of analytics at the edge is becoming more and more popular in our industry. This just shows you, this also has a stackable unit that you can do a lot of different I/O add-ins as well. One thing that I wanted to show too is, and a lot of people have stopped by, was interested. Advantech also does a lot of display solutions. So this can be a display, but it also can be an edge computer. It can be both, right? So we have products, again, that are ARM-based, but we also have full-blown Core i x86 from 7-inch displays. I'll show you a next picture, but we go up to 40 plus inch displays, like big retail type displays. But these become really nice small HMIs, so you can, if you have applications where sometimes you need a display, and instead of having service people come with a display, you can have it all integrated. And this has got a touchscreen and also quite a bit of different I/O options as well. We have a variety of different products. So again, we deal in a lot of different vertical industries. So we have products that are stainless steel, things that are meant to be in washdown situations and factory use. We also have display products that are actually meant to be on moving vehicles. So we do things in transportation, like trains, fleet, things like that as well. And then this UTC line. This is a whole line of displays that's really meant more focused on the retail. So whether or like factory floor where you're putting up displays to show, data, OEE data or different types of performance data. So you can see they go up to like 42-inch. In fact, we even do some products now that are 50, 60-inch type displays. Kind of winding down on the product. This is, I mentioned about kind of our, we also do servers. So just to show you a highlight of, again, we do our own motherboards. Advantech makes designs and manufactures our own motherboards that go into these systems. And so we do a variety of different kind of servers, 1U, 2U, 4U, 5U, 6U, you name it, with a variety of different kind of storage options. That middle section, when we talk about, so these are really edge computers. When we start talking about really high compute at the edge, you start getting into that MIC series, which is Xeon class type products, but also in a fanless box. So a lot of compute power. These things can actually also host 1 or 2 GPUs in them. So again, this is an area, in fact, this is a product that somebody like an Amazon would use for some of their heavy duty processing in some of their manufacturing or even their robotics type applications. And then again, I'm just gonna, I highlighted this a little bit, but we have a whole switch family in terms of managed, unmanaged switches. We have switches with M12s that are waterproof and again meant for kind of mobile transportation applications and also rack mount switches. And then kind of finally with from a product standpoint, this is an area that we're just starting to get into. Advantech's not a sensor company, but we're starting to see more and more I/O requirements that require us to also kind of be a sensor company. So in general, we're starting to partner with sensor companies, but this is a sensor that we developed specifically around vibration. I thought it might be interesting because we're seeing a lot of applications right now. Vibration is a key indicator of failure. So as vibration increases, the chance for failure increases. So a lot of companies and applications are starting to monitor vibration as a predeterminant of early failure. So this is a specifically LoRaWAN, so it's a kind of a low frequency. LoRa's been out for a long time. It's got very solid distances and able to penetrate kind of different areas. So this is based on LoRa. We have a gateway for this, and so if this is something you might be interested, happy to talk to you guys about that as well. And this is just kind of showing a little application. So there's actually smarts in this, so it can actually provide the data back, and then obviously the gateway is going to provide information back to your dashboard to tell you and send alarms if something gets out of sorts. Yeah, preventative, predictive maintenance. Yeah. And like I said, we're starting to see this. This happens to be kind of on a water pump, but anything, I mean, there's so many different applications where we're starting to see people monitor that. In fact, a lot of equipment manufacturers are starting to put this as, this is aftermarket, but a lot of companies are starting to build this into, especially anything of large equipment. So we see this on like large, like mining equipment or things like that where the maintenance, getting ahead of the maintenance is super critical. Well, I appreciate you guys coming, and again, if there's any, you guys need any information, I think our slides are going to get posted, and certainly you can reach out to me, and happy to help you guys if there's anything I can do. All right, thank you.